The best practice vignette process really fits right into where we're going with curriculum instruction in Virginia Beach. Looking at where you want to be at the end and giving teachers, administrators the structures to get them there and the scaffolding. These best practice vignettes sets up the targets for the teachers so that they can see what's expected of them, so that they can see that they are not, whether it's lesson study or the investigative procedures in algebra or whatever their target is, it's not that scary monster that they feel like is lurking in the closet. It is, they're obtainable, there's support there to get them there, and there's something that will improve the educational process. The biggest stumbling block that we faced was all of the legal issues that had to go into it. When you're looking at a school division that's written original curriculum, there are the rights to that curriculum, and whether other teachers or administrators across the country or across the world can be privy to that curriculum. You have the issues of having students on camera and FERPA regulations, so all has to be worked out ahead of time, and it takes a great deal of time to work through that maze of paper and to cut through the red tape to get to this point. Biggest benefit to a teacher, I think, is reducing that fear level. Seeing that there are teachers in the division who are doing it successfully, that they can turn to for advice, that they can ask them what were their stumbling blocks, what were those things, what were the steps that they went through. So I think if we can get teachers beyond the fear and provide them with a sample of where it's working in a positive way, then we've made big strides into making whatever we're trying to do to make it successful.
I think this is a very good project for the students to work on. The main thing I had to do first off is make sure they had to drive to the location themselves. So make sure permission slips are signed, parents are involved, and they know that the students may be driving themselves. That's sometimes an issue here. And not under my supervision, but they're under supervision at wherever their location is. I think it really is good experience for the students, again, to be working with people from outside their class, because that's what they'll be doing out in the field. And working again on a long-range project where it's fairly complicated and they have to put all the pieces together. There are hundreds of shots literally that they have to go through to edit into a good piece. The students have played a big role in the development of the project. Working with the people at Corporate Landing Middle School, they kind of developed the overall look of the video. They're doing all the shooting themselves, and they are picking the shots that are going in. The audio has kind of been done for them, but they do the B-roll and all the graphics and music and everything, so the look of the video is really their work.
When we got assigned the project, we just sat down and we decided how we're going to make each segment into a story, because there's 7 different segments, so we had to figure out how we're going to tell the story the best way. We just, when we went to the classroom, we picked out what would be the best angles and stuff to shoot and to get the best footage. The bare minimum equipment you probably need is at least 2 camcorders. It's better to be digital camcorders so you can put on the computer, and a good light, like a good lighting equipment and systems, and a good mic that you can use so you can hear people's voices very good and hear what they have to say, and a good editing system like Adobe Premiere is also good, and that's basically all you need. We use Adobe Premiere Pro. It's a good editing program on the computer, and we edit it just piece by piece. There's 7 segments, and we did 1, 2, 3, all the way up to 7, and it turned out pretty good.
With this project, being that we're working with teachers, the teachers have to be able to open their schedule, and we as students also have to be able to open our schedule. Patience for one, because this project takes a lot of time, so you really need patience. And then I would say a good partner because Patrick, my partner that I work with, me and him get along very well. So you really need somebody who you can be around with a lot, someone you can depend on.
The students working on this project are seniors. This is the second year of a 2-year class. The first year they primarily worked here in the studio, and the second year they've been doing more field production and editing. And the students I picked showed a high level of maturity and professionalism and creativity and the technical know-how, because sending them out without me being there, they had to really do a lot without me being able to help them, and the 2 students I picked were definitely good candidates for that. The minimum equipment needed for this would at least be a camcorder, ideally an external mic that you can plug in for interviews that makes it sound a lot better, a tripod, and editing software. We use Premiere Pro here, but there's also Adobe Final Cut is very popular out in the field too. So some kind of editing software that's more sophisticated than just what comes on the computer, because that's really not going to do the job for a professional looking video.
Being able to be outside of the classroom, kind of like on the set type shooting, interaction with kids. I like kids, so and that was a big part of it for me. And then to also see another side of teachers that students like myself don't normally get to see. That was very cool too. Teachers that have helped me, I'm now able to give back to them. That motivates me a lot.
I think it's important to include students because they're what we're here for. And if we can't demonstrate the fact that the students are engaged by what's going on, that learning is taking place, that better instruction is happening, then for me, it's kind of for naught. You really have to show what's taking place is actually working with students, and they're their best barometer. Having the students involved in all areas, whether they are in front of the camera or behind the camera, brings relevance to what everybody's doing. Education is about relevance. Students have to be able to see that it's applied somewhere else in their life for it to really grab hold and to stick. So for the students who are editing and videotaping and putting it together, they're making a product that they can see and that others can consume. And for those who are in front of the camera, it's allowing those instructional strategies to take root, because they're what's happening in front of the camera are real-world applications of the instruction.